Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Jobless Weebs. Like every other week, I'm Marco the Britpop Mexican, and with me today it's Imoto Umaru-chan. How are you, Umaru-chan? Today is just like a special episode. I figure I have 3 cameras. Brian couldn't make it today, so heck, I'm just gonna do it, which I'm very nervous. Recently in this week, I finished watching One Piece, so 1001 episodes so far in less than a month. I wanted to do a special episode, or well, a regular episode with Brian talking about it like we did with Detective Conan and basically every other anime that we talk in this podcast. But today I wanted to do something a little shorter, which is 10 things that I learned from 1001 episodes of One Piece. Have a dream or end goal, even if you don't know how to realize that dream just yet. Throughout the entire anime, there is this one end goal that the main character, Monkey D. Luffy, wants to achieve, which is becoming the king of the pirates. And throughout his journey, he gets a lot of friends, a lot of nakamas, and each member of his pirate group has a dream. Zoro, he wants to be the best swordsman in the world. Nami, she wants to draw a map of the entire world and every ocean. Sanji, he wants to go to the All Blue where you can find all kinds of fish. Usopp, he wants to be a brave man. Chopper, he wants to be the best doctor and cure all illnesses. Brook, he wants to see his friend whale again. His friend Laboon. Frankie, he wants to build the ultimate ship and have the ultimate ship to go through the entire world. Nico Robin, she wants to discover the history behind the 100 Jeep gap that is written in the philoglyphs. The last crew member, the first son of the sea, Jimbe, and Jimbe's dream is for human and fishmen to live equally across the land. Throughout the story, there are moments and which they face enemies that tells them like it's stupid to have a dream because the era of pirates dreaming, of people dreaming, it's over. They just have to live miserably, which then some other people encourage them that it's okay to have dreams, and it's okay to have dreams, and it's okay to work towards them even if you don't know how, because opportunities will rise that will let you know how to achieve those dreams. Have confidence in your skills, but don't get cocky. Something that I really liked from the anime is that most of the time Monkey D. Luffy is confident that he can beat his enemies, even though that sometimes he doesn't look strong enough, but it is because he has already put the effort in strengthening those abilities. There are some times that that doesn't happen, that I will cover later on, but most of the times he has confidence in what he can do, and most of the Straw Hat crew have confidence in their abilities, but they are not boasting to everyone that they are better than or worse than. Celebrate that you are alive. Almost at the very end of every arc or saga, they have a huge celebration at the end of the war, and they drink and they eat, and even though a lot of people were lost and some of the secondary characters that were important lost their lives, they still celebrate that they won. So a lot of times we are okay that we're alive, but we don't really celebrate it, and I include myself in that a lot of times. Don't be afraid of people that seem bigger than you. In the anime, there are a lot of enemies that are bigger than Luffy, and a lot of their enemies, despite being bigger than him physically, they are also stronger than him, but he's not afraid of taking them down. And even when he is not able to take them down on the first try, he eventually manages to strengthen his abilities, and because he's the main character, to bring them down despite those limitations that he used to have. Respect everyone regardless of their race, beliefs, or background. In the anime, it's something that it's really marked. Difference between people, like of high status like royalty, or the celestial dragons that are kind of like above royalty, kind of like the creators of the government, or fishmen, or some other races like the minks, which are humanoid animals. There's a lot of racism and discrimination, and the author is not afraid to show those differences in culture, because the world of One Piece is so big that you can clearly see how that can happen. And in the real world, that happens. Whenever you see someone of different color, a lot of people gets put off. And it is genius the way the author Oda Sensei, how he did it, and how he wants to achieve the dream of a lot of secondary characters and one of the main characters, that they just want peaceful coexistence. But he also works well in showing the discrimination in some of the famous arcs, the Arlong saga, in how Arlong took over Nami's island because they felt that they were better than humans, like an evolved species, or in the Fishman Island saga, where they give us a glimpse of the celestial dragons and how they just consider everyone below them to be their slaves, and that they can do whatever they want to just because they were the creators of the government.
Number 6.
When there's pain and suffering, you decide if it will help you grow or if it will bring you down. Two examples that I can think of where that happened, like a positive one, is when Luffy's brother, Portagas the Ace, is killed. And that devastated Luffy, because in addition to that, he thought that he had lost his crew, but he felt powerless at the time, because he was also almost killed by one of the Navy's admirals. And so Jimbes helped him realize what he wanted to do, if he wanted to grow from that, if he wanted to protect his friends, or if he was just gonna stay there powerless. And a bad example is what happened to Don Quixote Don Flamingo. Because Don Quixote Don Flamingo, he came initially from a high status family, and his dad wanted to become a regular person, but because there was some racism among every culture, so there was hate from the common people to the celestial dragons, and once celestial dragon came down to the regular people, then the regular people instinctively hated them, and so they made Don Quixote Don Flamingo suffer, which turned Don Quixote Don Flamingo in a psychopath, and with hunger for power and to make everyone just feel hopeless and destroyed their world, while his brother Rocinante, he just became like a good soul, that he wanted to do good because he already knew what was like to suffer.
Number 7.
Focus on what you have and not what you've lost. This will probably go back again to the moment that Luffy lost his brother, because he was reminded that he still had his crew, that they were alive despite the fact that they were defeated and they were scattered. He still had something to fight for. Every other time in a lot of other sagas, when a lot of the secondary characters seemed that they had lost a lot of people or they were suffering a lot, Luffy reminded them that they had the help of their friends, of their nakama, to help them go through those difficult situations.
Number 8.
It's okay to ask for help. And I think that the two moments in One Piece that remind me most of it's okay to ask for help is the moment when Nami asks for help hopelessly to Luffy in the Arlong Park arc, and when Nico Robin asked for help in the Water 7 saga, that she wanted to leave. And so it's okay for everyone to ask for help. Not everyone does that, and I include myself again.
Number 9.
Your nakama should be part of your treasure. One of the things that I liked from Luffy, or one of his traits, is that in addition to wanting to achieve his dream, he also is a very protective individual, in a way that he always wants each member of his crew, or every person that he considers a nakama or a part of his family. He is always watching out for them. Despite that, there are times that he acts very selfishly, but he always has very good intentions.
Number 10.
Be true to yourself and to your principles. Throughout the anime, Luffy always says that he's gonna be the king of the pirates, and every other member of his group also has that belief that they will be able to achieve their dreams. And it doesn't matter how grim the situation looks or how bad things are, they are always stay true to their principles, and they have their way of doing things, and they are not swayed by the Navy or any other pirate groups that offer them like an easy way out. A lot of times we decide to change who we are given a situation or a person that we just want to satisfy them. And having watched One Piece at my current age helped me understand and appreciate the anime a little more. If I would have watched it when I was younger, I would probably just kept watching it just for like the fight scenes. But now I did appreciate all the emotional moments and the character development of every character, because they show a lot of humanity, and the way the world is displayed with all these wondrous scenarios is just amazing. And so those were the things I learned from One Piece. I hope you liked this video, and we'll see you next week, hopefully with Brian, for another episode of Jobless Weebs. See ya. Keep watching anime.